and welcome to Wheel of Fortune. I'm your host, Michael Riley. With me is Dane Forgione.
I'm going to turn the letters.
And Jason Amherst.
Today, but day is Labor Day. Labor Day, Labor Day.
I'm going to spin the wheel and find out what we're going to play.
You know what? I'm going to put on my rapping warshoe tape.
It always makes the trip go faster.
Bomb,
bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bombs, bomb, bomb, bomb,
bombs,
bombs. He did say bombs a lot.
I'm going to request that you stop this.
I'm surprised nobody's done that yet for a YouTube poop. With freaking just.
I feel like I'm living in a YouTube poop.
What the hell is this?
Darius.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
Darius twin, yeah.
Yeah.
This is another one of those shmuppity shmups.
Yeah. It's amazing how many shmups came out on the SNES, but at the time they really couldn't figure out how to optimize them just yet, so there was a lot of slowdown.
Yep, I guess we'll probably find that out in due time here.
Oh, Gradius is the most infamous for it.
I feel like Super R-Type kind of was able to get that nice sweet spot.
They came close. They came close. The funny thing is that like shoot 'em ups were huge over in Japan, especially big on the TurboGrafx 16 / PC Engine, and to the point where actually there's a genre called the caravan shooter, and they would actually have traveling tournaments to see who could get the highest score in these various shoot 'em up games. Master Higgins in the Adventure Island games is actually Takahashi Meijin, and named after an employee of Hudson Soft who is known for his rapid button pressing technique that like made him an early viral sensation back in the day.
Why is this a goldfish?
I don't know.
That feels like Parodius levels of what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Nah, we haven't reached Parodius levels yet.
We might though at some point. We might because I'm sure we'll play Parodius at some point.
Every time I hear "That's the way I like it," I just think of the Parodius version.
I think of Parodius and I think of and the freaking dancing can girls and boy heads.
Getting back to your Master Higgins story.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that gentleman.
Yeah.
And his button mashing skill.
Yeah, he was a massive celebrity in Japan. Like a national treasure level at that time. They actually had like a little analog device that like had a timer, and like you were supposed to rapidly tap the button on it as fast as possible to know how many button presses per minute you were capable of. And he had like some sort of ridiculous like 60 or like 70 button presses per minute. Like he could freaking tap that button.
This feels like a boss coming up.
Yep, this is...
Yeah. Killer Higia.
Oh no.
Killer Higia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a giant fish.
Whoa.
Yeah. What is that? That's kind of weird.
Wait, is that supposed to be like a barracuda?
Ooh, barracuda. God damn it.
You guys, come on.
Jason and I had the exact same thought at the exact same time.
If you're not going to take this seriously...
Great minds think alike. What is our excuse?
A single shared brain cell.
That's
guys. Whose turn is it?
Now, this was the defining thing in the Darius series. Was the branching paths?
Should I go Danto or should I go Koloba?
Go Korodai. I'm the Koloba.
Don't go to Korodai. Then you'd have to face the faces of evil.
Yeah, me.
This is the ABCs of evil.
Well, I guess we're going Abisu.
I will go. Let's do. I don't know. Let's go Cola Butt because it sounds like colon.
Let's go to Cola Butt.
What?
Okay, now we got. Whoa. First, we're getting a little transitional level in between, which I always thought was cool.
You know, I'm digging this. This is actually I like this game.
Yeah, I'm actually having a good time and doing fairly well, as you can see.
This game is pretty.
You know, it's kind of amazing how nowadays when games first come out on a console, you get nothing but shovelware. Back then, you got nothing but quality, and the shovelware came later.
You know, I've always wondered why, you know, as console generations got more and more advanced, why did they go backward? It's like, we're going to put the shovelware out first.
I mean, in the case of like the Super Nintendo, you know, and this was something like I was chatting with Tiffany about the other day, was like, she was doing Awful Game August on her streams, and she was like, I'm going to do awful platformers. And it's like, okay. And she was playing Mr. Nuts on the SNES, and I'm like, oh boy, it's a shitty Amiga port. And you'll notice a pattern. If the colors look like a crappy TurboGrafx or Sega Genesis game, and the music sounds like a farty FM synth, it's probably an Amiga port from the early 90s brought over to the late Super Nintendo generation.
You just imagine the music in that game going...
Well, that's the thing. FM synth could be a banger. Yuzo Koshiro is like the master of FM synth. The soundtracks for the first two freaking Streets of Rage games, chef's kiss, immaculate. Some of the best freaking chiptune ever. But if a composer didn't know what they were doing with freaking FM synth, it sounded like farty garbage.
Emperor Fossil and Queen Fossil. Uh-oh, there's two of them.
I was watching a video that was like the history of Looney Tunes video games. This is literally just the same boss, except now there's two of them.
Well, no. The first one looked like a barracuda. These look like something else.
Shit. No, not shit.
Just different fishes.
Yeah. So I sense a theme.
Oh, I discovered a new YouTube channel. I'm sure you would enjoy, Dane, as you're a enjoyer of entertainment history.
Best in the world.
Muptown Funk.
You know, I'm way ahead of you on that. I've been watching Muptown Funk.
I binged all their videos in one sitting.
I'm a sucker for deep dives into Muppet history. So when
animatronic Tony Bennett, played by Tony Bennett.
Oh yes.
Or just the fact that Danny Trejo apparently will now appear in every Muppets production until his, one day unfortunate passing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing that Danny Trejo has basically transcended the meta and become a Muppets character by proxy.
Because I was listening to a video detailing the history of Looney Tunes games. Yeah. And they got into the Tasmania games on the Genesis.
Oh, there was the Genesis one and the SNES one by Sunsoft.
Yeah, and also the one where he was captured by Marvin the Martian.
I don't remember that one. That must have been a Genesis game.
There's a certain quality to the metallic twang of the sound effects in certain Genesis games. Think of Vector Man.
Yeah, when done right, it had a freaking killer guitar-y, bassy sound to it. When done wrong, you were listening to Fart City.
Yeah, you know, like...
Now that sounds like a YouTube poop for Brock Lesnar.
Now, I don't know if it was...
Brock Lesnar is going to take you to Fart City.
My client, Fart Lesnar.
My client, Mike Lyant.
I'm gonna have to do the Mark. I'm gonna have to do the Mark Led.
Is going to take you to Poo City.
Speaking of wrestling, though, last night was amazing for one reason and one reason alone. Meat chants.
Meat chants?
Yeah, they were chanting for
E.
They were chanting for John Stasiak.
Big E would be proud because during the Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs fight, the crowd just...
Powerhouse Hobbs dumped Miro on his head on the outside. Oh, no. That's... Never mind.
Well, basically, the crowd was all in on big, meaty men slapping meat.
I see what you did there.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense, because I'm just imagining, like, the crowd going, provolone, provolone.
And so they're throughout the whole match, like,
provolone
instead of the boo, yay, boo, yay, like, no, they're going, meat, 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 meat. And just throughout the whole match, meat, chanting, we want meat, like, the whole match.
Not to be that
Mike,
guy.
I'm gonna finish that thought for you. I know provolone is a cheese. That was the fucking joke.
Oh, okay. It was a cheesy chant.
I heard provolone, and then my brain somehow also went Promo Joe. What? Because Promo Joe is that other Botchamania style channel.
You got a two-third chance of winning.
You got to show him, Joe. Promo Joe is always watching. And apparently also spying on one of the Discords I'm on, because I made a joke in that Discord about CM Punk being Russell Crowe fighting around the world in South Park. And then the next day, Promo Joe uploads a video using AI text-to-speech for CM Punk of fighting around the world from South Park.
Oh, you know something? You're gonna have to take umbrage at that. If the people are stealing your jokes,
they're stealing jokes by lurking in our Discord, apparently. Then again, I'm honored, because either that means great minds think alike, or Promo Joe is watching our Discord, which is a bit of an honor.
Hey, Promo Joe, if you're watching this YouTube video right now,
I'm shooting balls.
You should do a joke where CM Punk drinks a can of Coke and then goes, oh, this is smelly, and then he falls down. Now play the wait.
I think it'd be funnier if he drank the can of Coke and be like, my whole life has been a lie.
I was actually...
My whole life has been a lie.
I was actually saying this to Jace yesterday, but on the Being the Elite show, it really wouldn't shock me if, because the Young Bucks are just a bunch of fucking douchey pricks, that they do this thing where they have a cooler and it's like, oh hey, all the Pepsi cans are gone. Where'd they go? And then they just give shit-eating grins to the camera, like, get it? Get it? Yeah, you know.
So, my friend Mario had one of the funniest things to say about Punk getting fired, too. He was like, I just sent a gif of Pepsi Man to him as a reference to CM Punk. Because it's like, oh, looking forward to celebrating the fact none of us are banned from Saturdays anymore. And so I said to Pepsi Man, and he goes, not gonna lie, actual Pepsi Man main eventing an AEW pay-per-view would be the most DDT-ass, petty, random, hilarious thing ever. Book it, Tony.
Yeah. Speaking of Pepsi Man, when you called me... When you called me yesterday,
yep,
when I was at the Broadway Museum,
I was dressed as Pepsi Man.
No, they were. So before we go into the actual museum, there's a presentation that we watched about the history of Broadway. It's a video. So it was this very strict middle-aged lady that was like, okay, we're going to watch this video. So then the video starts, and my ringtone for Jace is Pepsi Man.
Everybody turned and looked at Dane.
So just imagine like 10 people in a room reverently watching this video screen. The history of Broadway is vast and varied. Pepsi Man. And the fucking 10 heads slowly turning to look at me, and the woman giving me this kind of stink eye. I'm just like, oh. Sorry. And like I know Jace was trying to do a bit, and I was just like, I'm in the Broadway Museum. I'm in the Broadway Museum.
I'm sorry, I'm not psychic.
No, I should say that I'm not blaming you, because you would not have possibly known. But it's just like at the time, I was just like, Jace, I'll call you back later.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. God, this soundtrack is a banger.
Yeah, it's good.
If you look on my YouTube page, I actually filmed some highlights of the Broadway Museum, because one of the things, and this is one of the things I really appreciate about the Broadway Museum, is they were just like, yeah, you can take as many pictures and videos as you want, as long as you don't touch anything. Sweet. I was, that's how my mind works. I was literally tempted to go.
Try the other path that you didn't take.
I've done both of them, but okay.
Oh, they looked identical.
Yeah, I did this one first, this one second. And so this is my third. This is my third.
You know
play.
what? That's why I got a little confused, because I keep forgetting that
I'll
there is that mid boss because of this interstitial.
Oh, okay. This is.
Yeah. I don't feel so good. My laser throw up.
Yeah.
Shooting balls
You're
again.
pooping out both ends, big.
I just love. I love in friggin' shmups when there's some sort of voiceover sound effect though, telling you got a power up option.
I have a 4-way laser.
4-way laser.
I am unstoppable killing machine.
I still love the new Futurama is actually still rather funny.
I was stopped.
You were sopped?
I was stopped again. I am not the unstoppable killing machine. Anyway, thoughts on Darius to win, Dane?
Very, very good game. It looked like you controlled very well. It wasn't ridiculously Nintendo hard. It was just a lot of fun.
Jace.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this seems like a very solid, 2-player shmup. So, I'm imagining that there's a lot of flicker and slowdown in 2-player, but I mean, come on, who doesn't want to take on a freaking giant alien fish army?
Named Belzer.
True.
Like he's Detective Munch or something. Yeah, this is
Richard Belzer's in this?
Yeah. Hulk Hogan's gonna choke him out, brother. Yeah, in any event, this is a lot of fun to play. It's fun to control. It's really, the music's banging. Everything about this is good. Taito knows how to put out a good shmup. Scores out of 10, Dane.
9.
Jace.
Yeah, this gets a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, same. 9 out of 10. Here's
an
example.
That Square Enix release a Darius compilation.
Yeah, there you go. Why the hell not?
They own Taito.
Yeah.
Squeenix.
Yeah.
Spinning the wheel again.
Square bought Taito at one point.
Game number 2 on the way. I have.
Bum is on the Swedish.
I misspelled it somehow on the wheel, but I could tell you guys how I misspelled it because Dane and Jace cannot see the wheels, so they don't know how I misspelled this. But I'll explain in a second. This is the Japanese cart played in English.
Yes, I played this at the arcade a while ago.
So this game is called Super Tennis World Circuit. I have it on the wheel as Super Tenning, Tenning, Tenning.
Oh. That is the art. That is the act of tennising. Tenning.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to ten in my free time.
So you play tennis, or you are just tenning as you were in the act of playing tennis.
That's what all the hip.
I love just looking at that logo. Super Tennis. Warudo.
Does it not remind you of the Mario Tennis logo?
Sakito.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Sakito.
I'm pretty sure
World
this has
Circuit.
the Mario license in America.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it did
It was
not.
released as Super Tennis. This is on Nintendo Switch Online, I think.
Just Super Tennis in America though. It's got this. It's got the subtitle World Circuit.
World Circuit,
the
yeah.
Game the version we're playing. Like I said, it's the Japanese cart, but in English.
Warudo Sakito.
Should I be giraffe?
Let's see. You could be giraffe. You could be
Sancho?
Senegal. You could be.
Hey, you could be Sancho.
You could be Samba Simba.
There's that Sancho.
You could be Sriracha.
And Sample, whoever Sample is.
He's just a test.
Wait, is that supposed to be Pete Sampras? Oh my god.
Pete Sample.
Now Pawn.
Oh, Andre Agassi.
What?
Oh, you gotta be. Are you
Wandre.
fucking kidding?
Well, that's literally probably
that's
how
like-
they spelled it out. Like,
It's like Mario and Wario, so it's evil Andre Agassi.
Jesus Christ.
It's Wagassi.
Agassi.
Oh, I'll be Wandre. I'll be Wandre.
Wandre.
And
Wandre the
we'll
Giant.
do Pete Sampras. Why not?
Oh, that is supposed to be Pete Sampras. Oh, my
Yeah, you can
God.
tell by the caterpillars he has for eyebrows. I'll do.
Yeah, let's get a picture. Let's get a picture of Pete Sampras real quick. Yeah,
Photoshop
see
some
that?
caterpillars on his face.
So,
yeah, look at that. Look at those fucking eyebrows.
Okay, here we go. Tonkin House, Japanese publisher owned by Tokyo Shoseki from the late 80s to early 2000s, responsible for Super Tennis, Dig and Spike Volleyball, Felicia, Super Rugby,
Piss, I missed.
All right, Felicia.
Ugetsu Kitan, and Juggernaut.
Ah,
Shit.
okay.
Now, of course, they were a publisher. Let's see. Other games include
Aha!
Dusty Diamond's All-Star Softball.
Excuse me, Dustin Diamond, as in Screech.
Dusty Diamond.
Oh,
It was a Bruderbund game, apparently, in the United States.
Dusty Diamond.
Matsukata Hiroki no Super Trawling.
It's a game about trolling.
It's a fishing game, actually.
Aha! Get fucked, Pete Sampras.
Gunnack. That's a good shmup. Super Turrican, another good game. The SNES version of East 3 and East 4. Play. Yeah, I
Ow.
played this at the arcade not too long ago.
That has to hurt on Clay.
Let's
God
see here.
damn it.
Juggernaut. Juggernaut, known in Japan as Juggernaut Senritsu no Tobuya.
Oh, I'm bad receiving.
The Door to Terror.
I'm bad on this half of the court. There we go. Okay, nope, I'm still bad. Am I serving? Yeah, I'm serving. Okay. Is that for count for me? No, it counts for me. Okay, because he faulted. Fault? God damn it. Alright, I play like shit on this side of the court. Wow, okay, Pete Sampras. You apparently play like shit on that side of the court. Maybe we're even.
Yeah, the infamous Tosei Software. They're basically a ghost developer.
And what does that mean exactly?
They
you almost
ghosts.
never saw their name associated with anything. Like, they have been a developer since the 80s, but most of them are believed or assumed to be developed because they were all published by other people. Like the game Muscle, the NES game based off of Kinnikuman.
Yes, I am
that
definitely
was supposedly them.
I'm playing much better on this side of the court. Whoops, as I say that.
Pinball Quest, Frankenstein the Monster Returns, Yoshi's Cookie on NES and Game Boy. They are still a company to this day, but yeah, Tosei did.
Oh, he faulted.
Super Tennis for Tonkin House, basically.
Son of a bitch.
And a lot of other games. Super Bases Loaded. Bunch of Dragon Ball Z fighting games. The platformer Gon.
Have we played Super Bases Loaded already on this roulette? I think we have.
Came out at the same time.
I remember it was that backwards perspective that we were like, what the fuck is this?
That was weird. Yeah, you're right. So we've played that already.
Yeah, so you've already had the Tosei shovelware experience. It's amazing because they actually do have some well-known games. Specifically, they did the Game & Watch adaptations for the Game Boys, and actually, most famously, The Legend of Starfy. It's kind of that Kirby game with the little starfish dude.
Yes.
So basically, Echo the Dolphin, but fun.
Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, I faulted.
But again,
sorry, I thought
a lot of shovelware because
son of a bitch.
Well, some shovelware, some good shit. They did The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King on Game Boy Advance, which was a Metroidvania for some bizarre reason. Also, Mario's Tennis on Virtual Boy.
Wow. I went the complete wrong direction.
They even co-developed World of Final Fantasy for the PS4 and Switch.
I know Jace has told this story before, but he, one of his many talents, or maybe superpowers, is he's able to play Virtual Boy games without, dying.
Yeah, no, I still remember when I was at Marissa's place and somehow, somewhere, we unearthed an old Virtual Boy that belonged to her brother. And yeah, I went out and bought AA batteries immediately for the thing. I'm like, hell yeah, Virtual Boy. So what's this? Wario Land? Yeah. Because finding a Virtual Boy, I guess, transforms me into LA Knight.
Yeah. No, why did I say no? That's weird.
Because the game heard us saying yeah.
The whole story that people tell, oh, you can't play the Virtual Boy for more than 20 minutes because it gives you massive migraines. And Jace played his for hours and hours. I don't see the problem here.
Joke's on you. I get migraines to begin with. This is nothing. Pull my eyes out from the Virtual Boy. They're bleeding.
I don't see the problem here. Fucking blood's trickling down your nose.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Virtual Boy Wario Land is the best freaking, one of the best Wario games ever. So much so that literally every Wario game basically strives to be a cross between that and Wario Land 4. Case in point, Pizza Tower and Anton Blast. Play.
I will.
Play!
Look at my dump truck ass.
I was going to say, look at the ass on Wagacy there.
Wagacy.
Wagassy's got a drum truck of a wass.
Oh, a dump truck of a wass. Okay, Elmer Fudd.
It's a Wario ass. It's a wass.
Ass.
It's a big W on it.
Wah. Just slaps a big W on someone's butt.
Yeah.
Look at that wass.
W for wide load.
Wish I had a wass like that.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like we?
I'm
Son of a bitch.
I'm still laughing so hard because like last night we were unanimous in agreeing Kevin Kelly should freaking get let go from AEW because he's a whack job. Freaking believing in some of the QAnon bullshit. And replace Kevin Kelly with just Nyla Rose being her unhinged Twitter self.
Ha, eat it, Pete Sampras. Yeah, eat it again. At my Tonkin house.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
No one wants to pee on feet? What? What the fuck? Sometimes I'm surprised by the things I say.
Do you listen to yourself when you talk?
No. Why, God, that's... Why would I do that? That's torture.
Yeah, I tune in at Apples.
Yes. I'm sucking like hardcore ass at this, but it's not a bad tennis game.
Play. Yeah, no, it's pretty solid.
Solid as a rock.
Freaking Nyla's just unhinged on Twitter. She shared a video of a guy like walking and there's this green cloud of gas behind him. It's like a smoke machine or something. And the original caption is, "Me after eating ice cream knowing I'm lactose intolerant." And she freaking shared it adding, "This is how Serpentico be walking around backstage just farting up the place."
Jeez.
I am stupid. All right.
Yeah, Chris Statlander came out last night dressed as Zoolander and did a blue steel in the ring.
Chris Zoolander.
Play. Yep.
What is this, a ring for ants?
What is this,
she
a
also
Wembley
shared
Stadium for
a
ants?
she shared a clip of the Daniel Bryan versus Ricky Starks strap match where Ricky was beating Bryan with his weight belt. And she said, AEW DreamWorks, How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, my
God. She was all over that freaking big meaty men slapping meat match too, with the stuff she was saying. Meat is all elite. Meat respect. Shout meat all you want. Sean Stasiak is not coming out. Beef slam.
Damn it! I
meat
made
fight.
the same joke she did.
Probably one of the best moments was Daniel Garcia dancing his way to the back after getting eliminated in the Battle Royale. And somebody said, "Me, when the club lights come on, but I got the after party invite." And then she said, "Fun fact, Shakira's Hips Don't Lie was about Daniel Garcia."
I will be right back.
Actually,
but
before you go, thoughts on
Super
Tennis World Circuit, Dane?
Kind of boring. I'm not really a tennis fan. The only thing that was remotely cool about it was Wagassy's dump truck ass. I'll give it a
You give it a what?
a 3.
Okay. Jace.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that this game is fun with another person, but it is literally just tennis on a Super Nintendo. This is a step above Pong, and not by much.
I mean,
I give it a 4.
Well, Dane only gave a score because he was walking away from the room for a second.
Well,
I'm still gonna ask at the end of the segment so I can put it on screen. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. Oh, you can change the ball color? Is that a thing you can do? Yeah, you can. Holy shit.
Huh?
Nice.
Accessibility options.
Music, ST. Mo. I don't know what
stereo or
mono. I see. Anyway, yeah, it's perfectly even one player. It's not like terrible. It's still fine. Yeah. I'm just bad at tennis. Is all.
Yeah, I played this on the SNES arcade machine with those giant chunky ass SNES controllers. Like I've played this before, so I know it's not a bad game. Like this is really more of like a 7 out of 10. It's it's good, but it's mediocre. Like
Yeah.
It's a launch title.
Scores out of 10. Dane has given it a 3. Jason?
And I say a 7.
I'm going to give it a 6. And we're on to the third game of the episode. Let's find out what we're playing. Okay, interesting. This game is on the wheel under its Japanese title, so that means we're playing the Japanese game cart with the English translation.
English patch.
It's in English. It's not even an English patch. It's just you can play it in English. Some Japanese.
Some games did have that English option, yeah.
But in America,
I own some games for the Switch like that.
Yeah, this game is called completely something different in America. So, well, it's not that different.
Asmic.
It's not like it's night and day, but yeah.
D-Force.
It's
D-Force.
It's D-Force in America, Dimension Force in Japan.
Da, 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 da.
Or would I not give myself 9 lives? Come on. The volume is quite loud.
Interesting. Apparently I was right. This is a weird version of the French national anthem, and apparently the end credits is a variation of the Soviet anthem.
Oh boy. We're not going to get to that, but... Oh, is this just like 1942 or whatever? 1941.
This is a Mode 7 game, actually.
Well, a lot of the earlier games were. Okay, good. I can rapid fire. That's good news. You can hold down the button. I prefer that.
At least this has music.
True.
This ain't like freaking 1942 where it's like beep 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 beep.
In fairness, 1942 came out in like early 82 or 3 or something like that, so it's not like it's...
Yeah, I know, and it was just awful on the NES.
I mean, it was early NES. What do you want?
Yeah.
Is this 1941?
Well, I mean, like 1980. No,
it is not.
Is
it
D-Force.
is D-Force. Dimension Force. Ooh, 3-way laser.
Yeah, according to the English version, the American one, it's an Apache helicopter set on defeating an evil Middle Eastern dictator. You know, because 1991.
Do you know what it is in Japanese?
No clue. It doesn't say much about that.
Is it a... I hesitate. Is it a Japanese helicopter? So. Just call me an asshole?
Yeah, there's shooting mode. Plays only the first, third, and fifth levels, where consistent shooting and dodging the enemy fire is the main focus.
Okay.
Exploration mode plays only the second, fourth, and sixth levels.
That's slow down. Holy shit.
Which involve switching altitudes to shoot down certain enemies and avoid obstacles.
Wow, you know
only Game Start plays the seventh and final in addition to the first 6 levels.
I'm going down. Boom. You know it's bad when the game slows down just from the shit that I'm shooting. It's not even the enemies. It was just everything coming out of my player character.
I'm looking up these scores right here. Nintendo Power gave it a very gracious 3.1 out of 5. the French joystick gave it a 45%. Generation 4 gave it a 61%.
I was gonna say, why are you still doing the French accent?
I don't know. It's because it had accents over the E's for generation.
Oh, let me keep my many bullets. I am bullet hell.
Games X is a British magazine which gave it a 2 out of 5 stars.
Love.
Famitsu in Japan gave it an 18 out of 40.
The Famitsu says this game is crap.
This
Consoles
game
Plus,
so
another French magazine, gave it 35%.
Dane, did you say this game sucks?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
This game so
And here is the best score out of all of them, because I do not understand why it was scored as such, but Aktuelle Software Market,
The fuck?
a German magazine,
Oh, German.
gave it a 1 out of 12.
I couldn't figure out the
Oh,
accent.
God.
I was like, I thought it was like some video game magazine out of Zimbabwe or something.
Aktuelle Software Market.
Roulette,
No, if it
magazine gave it that out of 12.
You stole my joke. Gives it a.
We gotta stop sharing a brain cell.
It's the only brain cell we have. There's nothing we can do about it.
Whose turn is it to use the brain?
I don't know. I'm drooling already. Yeah, it's
So,
really bad when like just all my projectiles causes slowdown. I'm shooting so much stuff that one enemy on the screen
as it is,
bogs everything.
You could tell that they didn't know what they were doing even with the music, because like, you know, the SNES has the ability to play actual samples, and they're going with this kind of farty FM.
It's Kenny G. Lonely in a drain pipe.
Oh, God. Can we get to a decent shmup again? Like, you know, UN Squadron?
That's on the wheel.
I own it. I actually have the game complete in box.
Nice.
I'm
getting hit. I'm getting balls to death here.
Ballsy balls, ballsy balls.
That's what happens when you run out of enemy ideas. You just start throwing balls.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the big bad.
My God. It moves like somebody just moving a mouse around a freaking computer screen.
Gamma Ovar.
Oh my God.
Best in the world.
I went to see Back to the Future the musical case.
How was it?
Very good. I think you would like it. The guy who played Marty McFly's dad,
yeah,
had the Crispin Glover mannerisms down perfectly. So, yeah.
By the way, I love that you're okay with him doing the Crispin Glover bit, but you're not okay with the guy playing Marty McFly doing a Michael J. Fox bit.
I know, that is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's weird how you would think it's okay in one instance and not okay in the other.
I guess because Crispin Glover is not that memorable to me over Michael J. Fox.
That's fair. Who's gonna watch that movie and think that, man, I love Crispin Glover in this?
Man, that guy who wanted the fucking corkscrew in Friday the 13th Part 4.
There's a reference that, like, 2% of our audience will get.
Hey, where's the damn corkscrew? Crunch.
New from General Mills, Corkscrew Crunch. It sounds like a delicious...
I just love the fact that I learned recently that Swedish Chef's cereal that they made in the 80s was almost called Stupid Flakes.
I think Pokey Stars was a lot better than Stupid Flakes.
Crunchy Stars. Seriously, who came up with Stupid Flakes? Like,
Probably Jim Henson.
They should have just called the cereal. Hey,
Swedish Jim Henson, he probably would have been like, "That's a good idea, guys."
Hey, Swedish Chef, who's your favorite actor?
Shirley Beef. Shirley Beef.
Shirley Beef to beefy.
Hey, Swedish Chef, what was Robin Williams' name on that sitcom? Mork.
Hey, Swedish Chef, what's the name of that British guy who played Sherlock? Yeah, seriously. I want to see the Swedish Chef do a sketch with Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I love that you guys glossed over the fact that I said Bjork.
Bjork. It's his favorite Icelandic singer.
It's my favorite television model.
Bjork.
She's famous for posing with old CRTs for some odd reason.
Interesting.
Like, for some odd reason, this Facebook group that I'm in that posts interesting things about CRTs and collecting them, like, I see the same pictures of her over and over again, posing with various CRTs, including one where she has it, like, taken apart and she's got, like, a freaking screwdriver.
Hey, Swedish Chef, who's your favorite German comedian? Borg.
Hey, Swedish Chef, what's your favorite race of characters in The Lord of the Rings? Orc.
I thought you could be like, what's your favorite race of characters in Lord of the Rings? African American. What? That's a very random answer there.
He's from Chinese. Okay, Swedish Chef needs to go home now.
Swedish Chef has been canceled.
Oh no.
Now I know what Donald Trump feels like.
Thoughts on Dimension Force, Swedish Chef.
Oh, good game. Good. Very nice.
Dane.
I mean, it's okay. It's not really.
I'd sub to a Swedish Chef gaming channel. Are you kidding me?
Honestly, yeah, I probably would too. D-Force. Force. Jason, thoughts on D-Force?
I mean, it's interesting that there's different modes of gameplay that only show you certain levels. But yeah, I mean, there are way better shmups than this. This is just Asmic doing 1942 with a helicopter.
Which 1942 was already with a helicopter, so it's just
No, 1942 was a biplane.
Oh, I didn't know planes swung
that way.
God damn it! All right, fine. I take your joke, you take my joke. I get it. That's fine. It's whatever. I'm not here to impress you.
Fine, I don't fucking care.
I don't care. Take my joke.
I don't fucking care.
I didn't want to tell that joke anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that there's different game modes that only show you certain levels. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there are. Why would you play this when there's Gradius and Darius?
That's fair.
You know, if you put it that way, comparing those two games to this game is not very good. I'm not saying that this is one of the worst games I've ever seen, but it's
not even.
This is literally we have Gradius at home.
I was gonna say it's not even like it's a bad game per se. It's perfectly playable. It controls fine.
Yeah.
It's just...
It seems kind of sluggish.
So
like, it controls fine, but it's sluggish.
The sprite limit is an issue. Also, it's very generic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very generic.
They predicted drones, though. I mean, that looks more like a drone than an actual helicopter.
It's the Amazon delivery service, the game. Scores out
Delivery Force.
Yeah, Delivery Force. That's what it means. That's really what it means. It's not Dimension. Scores out of 10, Dane.
6.
Jason.
It's 6.
I will give it, just to be safe, I'll give it a 5. We don't want to. We don't want Beelzebub to rise out of the sea and murder us.
Interesting. I'm looking up the history of the company that made this. They're still around to this day.
Asmic, yeah.
Yep. They were founded in 1981 as a division of Nippon Herald Films to produce Japanese films and distribute foreign art films in Japan. But they are most famous for the Virtual Pro Wrestling series.
I was getting ready to say, yeah, they did the wrestling games on the N64, so.
And LSD on the PlayStation, as well as the Famicom version of Altered Beast.
Not on this show, but I played that on MVG Live ages ago. LSD. Yeah. That was definitely it was very much an acid trip.
Yeah, LSD is a crazy ass game.
It is a crazy game. Elephants just appear out of midair, and it's ridiculous. On this episode, we played Darius Twin, Super Tenning World Circuit, and Dimension Force. What's the best game of the episode, Dane?
Darius Twin.
Jason?
Definitely Darius.
Yeah, I agree. Darius Twin is the best game of the episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please hit subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. For Dane Forgione and Jason Amherst, I'm Mike Riley saying see you next time on Retro Roulette.
Good night, everyone!